All right, guys. So, today's video, you can see by the title, it's going to be my top 5 hunting spots in the Hunter Classic. This is mainly meant for new players because when I first started, I wish I would have been able to see all the best hunting spots for each map. And there's really not many spots, or not really many videos out there that have more than one spot. You know what I mean? So it's got like, most of them are Whitehart Island, and it's just a golden tree stand. So in this one, I'm gonna go through 5 different maps. Starting here with Loggers Point, and then Settlers Creeks, Hirschfelden, which I've never really hunted on there, but I know a couple decent spots, and I'll try to pick out of one of those to see which one's best, as well as Rougarou Bayou, and obviously Whitehart. I have to do that. So we're gonna get started with Loggers Point. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out some gear for this map. I don't have everything, but I'll get a good idea for what you will need for this map. So I always choose a rifle. A 243 I'm pretty sure would kill almost everything on this and be within qualifications, but I always take a shotgun, birdshot. I always take my 30-06. And then I never really take a pistol, but for this hunt I'm going to go with a 44 Magnum. You can also use a bow or a 22 pistol, which actually I'm going to go ahead and grab that real fast because there's a lot of pheasants and rabbits everywhere. So you kind of want to be able to shoot those. And I'm just going to take my bow and then put this down here. The colors, I take a deer grunt, a hog squill, and don't take a turkey call because there's none of those on this map. Let me go through. And that's pretty much all I take on here because I don't have a predator call. But yeah, this map I'm gonna go with the Summer Forest camo, but this map is honestly, or not this map, but the best clothes to wear for this map in my opinion would probably be the Summer Field. I mean, yeah, you can wear the Summer Forest. It's not really gonna hurt you too bad because there are forests through here, but this map is it's got a lot of hills, a lot of open fields, a lot of hills. There's not many wooded areas, but the areas that are wooded are pretty wooded, so there's that. A lot of the animals you'll find here, or all the animals you'll find here, are you'll find whitetail, which is mainly what I hunt. You'll find a lot of mule deer, like I said earlier, rabbits and pheasant. There's coyotes and bobcats on this map, which is kind of different because I don't think there's any other map that has 2 predators. I might be wrong, but your biggest disadvantage on this map will be how open it is. It's kind of easy to be spotted. There's nowhere to really hide. I mean, on this part of the map there is, but where I spawned at, should have walked through there a little bit to show you guys, but it's very open. But at the same time, that's an advantage because you can spot animals from quite a distance. I mean, that's a 200-meter mark. You can see clear across there, I'm sure. Well, no, I'm not sure, but I know there are more open spots that you can see 400 meters plus, as long as your render distance will allow that. Look at that. As we're getting to the spot, there's already animals here. So the reason this is one of my favorite spots is because, one, it's so open, you can see pretty far in every direction, and two, I've killed pretty much one of every animal. Like, there's a pheasant there. Try to call him in. See if he'll come in, and I'll get him with the bow. I've seen hogs here, shot hogs. I've seen mule deer. Pretty much every animal on this map, I've shot in this area. There's a deer right there. He just went under that hill. Yeah, there, that's a she. There's another one. You know, so there's mule deer here. There's the pheasant. I've killed hogs, bobcats. You know, there's plenty of animals here, and this is one of those spots that, you know, as a beginner, you know, you don't have tree stands, tents, or nothing like that. So it's only really like yeah, it's about a kilometer walk to get here from that lodge. So it's not like it's a crazy far walk. You can do quite a few competition, or not competitions, but missions and competitions out of this one tower. And if you get something like a bow or you know, a crossbow, even something that's pretty quiet, you can kill quite a few animals in this spot before you even have to move. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple animals as proof, and then I'm gonna go to the next map. Well, that was a bad shot. I don't think she's gonna die. So as you can see, I haven't been here long at all, and I've already shot at 3 animals. I could have shot more if, you know, I wanted to shoot the pheasants, but this tower is one of the better spots. I shot 2 mule deer and a hog. I boofed the first shot on that first mule deer, so she's gone. And then this one, I got her too. Usually I'd stay longer, you know, and just see what comes in, but I'm ready to get on to the next one. I'll see you guys there. All right, now we're on Settlers Creeks. One of my, actually not one of my personal favorite map. I don't know what it is about this map, but I've always loved it. It's just, I guess it's not just like one solid thing where it's just, you know, pure wooded or only fields or flat or hills. It's got mountains, hills, open fields, old farmland, open fields, stuff like that, as well as a lot of woods and density. So this map, I'm gonna bring shotgun with slugs, and I guess I'll take the single shot. I'm gonna take bird shot and slugs, but usually I would take my 44, a bow, and a shotgun, or a rifle, or both. If I'm taking my 44, I'll take a shotgun. If I'm not taking a pistol because I'm trying to carry like other stuff like decoys and stuff like that, I'll take a rifle, and then I can shoot turkeys and small game with my bow. So for this map, when it comes to collars and stuff like that, I take a deer call because there's whitetail on this map. I take an elk call because there's Roosevelt elk. Turkey calls because there's turkeys, there's hogs, there's rabbits. There's also black bear and bobcats, but once again, I don't have the collar for those. So, you know, just kind of see them as they go. I usually spawn here at this lodge because right here there's a barn. You can actually climb up in it, and usually in this area specifically, I've seen whitetails, I've seen turkeys, black bear, elk, rabbits. I believe I've seen bobcats, but not as often. So there's just a little bit of everything right here, so it's always an easy hunt. It's not a far walk or anything like that. And I'll sit in this spot when I'm, you know, doing something, and as I hear stuff walk up, I'll shoot it with my bow, or I'll hunt in this spot for 10-15 minutes, and then I'll take off and walk through the mountains and stuff like that and kill elk. The southern lodge, that's more of open fields and farmland and stuff like that. Not really my cup of tea. I prefer hunting up here on the northern side. I don't know why, it's always been my favorite spot to hunt. Oh, I scared off a hog. So far I've gotten a call from a turkey and a call from a whitetail walking up here. So once I get up in the loft, I'll see if I can see anything, and then I'll call back to both of those. And I can only shoot one with these guns that I have, but so there's a rabbit out there. Pretty much all I can see. Usually there's quite a few animals here, or at least quite a few rabbits. There's some elk bedded down over there. There's a male. See if I can wake him up. But as you can see, there's animals here. I've seen a bunch of bear here. Usually there's at least one bear here. Is that the deer from earlier? Yes, it is. I would really love for these elk to wake up. Now I kind of regret not bringing my rifle. I did bring slugs, but I don't believe I'll be able to hit from here, because I can't even see them. You can see like the top of her head, but oh man, there's another doe right behind me. I'm hoping that those elk wake up before I have to shoot one of these deer. it doesn't seem like that, so I guess I'll shoot one of these and go on to the next spot. I'm sure that woke the elk up. Yeah, they didn't even stick around. But as you can see, this is another pretty good spot. I would say this is my best spot for this map, me personally, just due to the variety of animals that walk through here, and it's close to the lodge and all that. So usually I'll have a better hunt here, but I don't know, it was kind of weak like the last one. Anyways, on to the next spot. All right, so now that we're on Redfeather, I decided to do Redfeather instead of Hirschfelden because I know this map a little bit better. I like this one a little bit more. So I'm also not going to do the starter weapons because it's a little rough. But for this map, the equipment I'm taking is the deer call, the elk call, and the spotting scope. I don't think I have anything else that'll really, I guess, moose scent. But other than that, I mean, I'm not even going to use the moose scent. Other than that, there's really not much you can do on this map because there are only a couple animals. You know, the moose, the Roosevelt elk, black bears, white-tailed deer, and black-tailed deer. So it's kind of limited on what calls you can bring. There's only like 5 animals. With the clothing, it's going to be the same as Settlers Creek's with the sneaky 3D summer forest camo. Since this map is so heavily wooded, you know, you're going to blend in anywhere with this camo. You have, you know, there's a couple swamps. I'll do a layover of the map. I'm going to show you guys 2 spots because this is my personal best, like, favorite top spot on this map up here, because I don't know why, it's just a great spot. That's if you have, you know, a tree stand and a tent and all that, it helps out a lot more. But you can walk here. It's not a crazy walk. I've always taken this path when I walked up, but there was one previous video where I went around these islands and ended up here. I think it was somewhere in here, but you know, this in my opinion is one of the best top spots. There's also this spot down here that's for blacktail. I've never really had much luck down there, but I always see, you know, bears, blacktail, or not blacktails, whitetails, moose. I've never had elk come in here because elk are more on this side of the map. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this spot. So there's a few moose. There's a few moose here, and there's also that buck. I had to restart my game because it crashed, but I set the time back to 8 because that's usually about the time that I'll head out on this map and see, you know, what I can get. But this spot right here is where I usually sit. I mean, I could sit here for hours because it's so open. You can see quite a lot, especially with this map having, you know, so many hills and mountains and stuff like that. It's kind of nice to be able to look over something and be able to see a, you know, there's a deer. No, that's a moose. But it's nice to be able to look out and see quite, probably, you know, 200-300 meters across there. I don't know exactly how far it is, but I'm gonna assume probably about 2. I don't know if this buck's gonna come in or not. He's kind of just sitting way back there. I'm gonna give him one more chance and I'm gonna shoot him from here. Yeah, he is not coming. I don't know if I hit him. I guess I'm gonna go run and find out if I hit him. If not, I would still count this as successful, means that, you know, all those animals were here. Usually it's a little bit more popping than this, but I guess everything's camera shy. Well, I mean, I might as well for sure kill something, right? He's gonna die. I think he was right about here when I shot him. I don't think I hit him. I shot the moose, but I didn't hit the deer. Well, that's about where we're going anyways. I'm gonna call this deer in. That was probably a dumb idea because I'm going to the tower. He's probably about here. I'm going to the towers in between us. He's in between the towers, the same distance. And there's the deer. I'm just gonna head to the tower. Hopefully I don't spook him. This tower right here is my ultimate favorite spot, or, you know, or it was before I got the tree stand up in that other place. But it was one of the best spots in my opinion, you know, starting out because of how close it is to the you know, the lodge. And there's always, you know, moose, whitetails. You know, I was able to do my competitions pretty good, or pretty quickly, due to these 2 spots on other people's maps. So I put the tree stand in the same spot that I had seen on multiple people's maps, as well as hunted out of this tower because, I mean, I just like the tower. So we got that buck that's over there. And then I had a doe call as I got up up to this tower. So hopefully the buck comes in, but I don't know if I scared him while I was walking up. Usually there's a couple moose back there and a couple deer. I mean, this spot isn't as, you know, populated usually as my tree stand up there, but I've killed a lot of animals out of this spot right here, so it's got to go in the list. Yep, there's a moose. There's another deer, and our buck might be around here still. I'm not really sure. So I've got the 2 does coming in, and I got that moose right there. I don't know where the buck went. I mean, at least we saw him, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop the moose. Yeah, this is another one of those spots that's pretty great in my opinion. It's got to be in my top 5 list. Well, I guess 6, but this is a bonus. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite spot when I was just starting out. On to the next. So I came to Rougarou Bayou because this is another one of my favorite spots. I don't know what it is about maps with, you know, water, but those are my favorite, it seems like. But yeah, this map is pretty great, honestly. So for ducks, you know, this is my favorite duck spot. I'm not gonna shoot any ducks today, but specifically this area right here, somewhere in like these 2 areas, are my top favorites for deer, hog, black bear, literally everything. And I'm not really sure where I had a video before, but I took it down. But I had shot it on typical, and I believe it was right in here somewhere. Yeah, this island here is one of my favorites. Hence the reason there's a 2-person tree stand on it. But it's kind of hard to hunt this map. It's very harsh due to all the swamp. You know, you got to walk across certain spots or it's too deep. You got all these islands and stuff, so it makes it difficult to hunt because the islands are so wooded with the cypress trees and stuff that you can't really see very far. So rather than trying to track and stalk them, you really just got to sit somewhere for a minute or just get a call and then sit somewhere. But this is typically where I get the most animals, you know, whitetail, black bear, wild hogs, stuff like that. Bobcats are typically up here in this like northern side. Map also has all the ducks in the game, you know, the mallards, the pintails, the black ducks, and the gadwalls. So there's that. I don't really duck hunt much, but I do have a setup because, you know, you have to have a duck hunting setup on this map. As far as gear, I'm going to take the rifle, the bow, the 44. Equipment, I'm going to get rid of that. I'll take the hog squeal collar, and I think that's pretty much the only collar I can take. I guess I could take a mallard collar, but I'm not going to use it. And I don't have the camo, so I'm just going to use this. But it would be, I believe it's the summer swamp or something like that camo, and that's the best for this map. But I'm gonna head over to this area. So I have a hog right there on my tree stand. I was just gonna go to that and sit in it for a few minutes to kind of see what was, you know, in the area. As you can see, I might have to just start blasting. I load my gun. That's a decent one. Oh, I didn't have to use the second shot. As you can see, this tree stand location here, it's on the second island on the very edge. Let me clear these markings. There's like a little creek thing. You can kind of see it on the map. This is obviously it has animals. I wish I could have sat here a little longer, but you know, opportunity arose. And he doesn't look like a bad hog either from his tusks. I don't know how to score hogs in this game, but I assume the bigger the number and the bigger the cash reward, the better. You should know the drill by now. On to the next. All right, guys. So I just did a whole entire hunt and realized my recording was paused. So I'm going to go back through and try to remember what I said. Oh, yeah. So we're on Whitehart. What's a top 5 best hunting spots video without the golden tree stand? I mean, literally every single video that has the best hunting spot in Hunter Classic has the gold tree stand in it. So I've got to put it in mind, right? This used to be one of my favorite maps, but it's kind of died out, mainly because of its size, and I'm kind of burnt out on it. But I did my elk missions, my turkey missions, and my whitetail missions here, so it you know, it's kind of died down. But the one thing I do enjoy about this map is, you know, the one, it's heavily wooded. It's got the mountains, but it also has its hills and the fields and stuff like that. It doesn't have a ton of animals. I mean, it's got the Roosevelt elk, the black-tailed deer, turkeys, coyotes, and then this island has whitetail, coyotes, and bobcats, as well as elk. But I mean, other than that, it's a huge map. It's very open in a lot of spots, but at the same time, you know, it's very wooded. But pretty much every one of these towers has, you know, a big field that it's overlooking. The lakes are a good spot to hunt on, stuff like that, just because of how open they are. There's always animals around them. I don't know why. They're just always there. But the golden tree stand is, I guess, the best spot on the map from my experience and based on all the videos. This tower here, tower 18, is where I did all my whitetail missions minus a couple. I would spawn at this lodge and just walk over here and sit there for hours waiting up until I got a tree stand set down on this map. Then I sat at the golden tree stand forever. This is kind of one of those spots that you get your bow or your rifle or whatever, figure out what missions you want to do, and just, you know, sit here, maybe watch YouTube or, you know, do schoolwork, whatever, you know, you got to do throughout the day. Now we've had the turkey call. We've saw a coyote, or seen, I'm pretty sure I saw two, but so I mean, there's clearly multiple different animals here. And previously, when I thought it was recording, but it was paused, I killed a blacktail, and there was another one with him that ran off. So I mean, this is the spot to hunt on this map. That and tower 18, depending on what missions you got to do. Tower 18, it usually has quite a few elk at it, as well as whitetail deer. I got all of my whitetail deer missions there, minus a couple that I had to get in multiplayer because I didn't have the weapons for them. Same thing with the Roosevelt elk. I think there was a couple elk missions that you had to do in Redfeather, or maybe that was moose, I'm not sure. That doe is right on top of me. Oh, I have the game sounds turned way too far down, so you guys can't hear it. This is like hunt number 5 now, and I just now realized that, so I should have just now fixed the game sounds, but I don't know if I have them too loud now. Oh dang, there's a turkey. There we go. Only took like 5 shots. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, this spot has turkeys, clearly. Saw a couple coyotes. I think I heard an elk, got the blacktail. Usually there's, you know, quite a few animals here. Usually there's quite a few animals in all the spots I've showed you today, but I don't know what's going on. That's a decent turkey. It might be because I'm not taking the time to sit here for, you know, an hour at each spot. That's probably what it is, honestly. Because usually I'll sit in these spots for a while I'm doing something. These are my top 5 hunting spots in Hunter Classic. 5 different maps, 6 different spots with the gear that you should have and all that. So yeah, if you guys have any better hunting spots for the maps that I've shown, or even, you know, like other maps like Val de Bois and stuff like that, let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking for a new spot. I hunt the same spots every time, or I just walk around aimlessly. So yeah, if you guys have any better spots, or even better spots on, you know, the maps I did show, that'd be great. I'd like to see those in the comments. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Probably won't be this game though.